Welcome to CodeSpider. In this video, we are going to discuss how to create an ASP.NET Core Web API project using Visual Studio. In this video, we cover create ASP.NET Core Web API using Visual Studio 2019. Then we discuss the project structure and the process flow of ASP.NET Core Web API. So let's flip to Visual Studio and we will see there how to create a ASP.NET Core Web API project using Visual Studio. Open Visual Studio, click on the create a new project, and this is the project template window. We need to type as ASP.NET Core. You can see that using this template, we can create the ASP.NET Core web apps and the web APIs for Windows, Linux, and Mac operating system using .NET Core or .NET Framework. And click Next. Then here we need to set the project location, and our project name is Customer API. Click on the Create button. Here you can see that by default the language is .NET Core, and there is different .NET Core SDK available: ASP.NET Core 2.1, ASP.NET Core 2.2 and ASP.NET Core 3.1. As ASP.NET Core 3.1 is the latest one, so we choose this one. As we are going to create an API project, so let's choose this one. And you can see that in the advanced tab, configure for HTTPS is checked earlier. Then finally click on the Create button. You can now see the ASP.NET Core Web API project is creating. Now the ASP.NET Core Web API project is created. So let's first discuss about the project structure, then we go for the process flow. If you are aware about the ASP.NET Core web application, then you must have the basic understanding of this folder structure. In this API project, the program.cs is the main entry point. That means when the project is run, first it go to the program class, and in the program class it find the main method, and in the main method you can find the create host builder. And this create host builder, using the iHost builder interface, it can make the console application or API project to a web application. As you know that the earlier .NET Core application is used basically on the console based application, but later it should use as web based application. And we can find that a startup class is there, and this startup class is called here. So let's right click and go to definition, and here in the startup class there is two methods. One is configure services and another is configure method is used. Configure services method is used because of to add all the services to this container, whereas the configure method is used to configure the HTTP request pipeline to the ASP.NET Core Web API application. To learn more about the basic feature of ASP.NET Core, please go through our ASP.NET Core tutorial. In this tutorial, we cover all the basic points of ASP.NET. The link is shared on the description box, you can find there. And here another file is upsetting.json. Upsetting.json is basically store the key and value pair of that application. That means suppose you have in the application, suppose you have one connection string or some email information or some SMS information data, you can store as key and value pairs. Then you can get using the iConfiguration in the startup class or in the controller class. And let's expand the properties and go for the launchsetting.json. The launchsetting.json file holds the project specific settings associated with each debug profile. Visual Studio is configured to use to launch the application, including any environment variables that should be used. You can define framework for your project for compilation and debugging for specific profiles. For more details about the launchsetting.json, you can find it on the ASP.NET Core tutorial series of part 8, where you can briefly discuss about what is the launchsetting.json, then what the proper use of in ASP.NET Core application. And here you can find in the controllers folder, and in the controllers folder you can find a default controller is already in the sample application, that is weather forecast controller. You can see that the weather forecast controller is inherit from the controller base abstract class. And also you can find that there is two filter context is used. One is API controller, another is route. The API controller is used here because of this denotes this controller should be a API based controller. And what is route, we just discuss a bit. So let's first go to the startup.cs. In the startup.cs you can find that services.add controllers. If you are acquainted with the ASP.NET Core 3.1, you can see that in the ASP.NET Core MVC application there is used services.add MVC or services.add razor pages, because of the ASP.NET Core web application can communicate with the view page, so that we can use their services.add MVC or services.add razor pages or services.add controller with views. But as it is ASP.NET Core web API application, so that it use services.add controllers, because of we can communicate only for the controllers. And in the configure services method you can find is iApplication Builder and iWeb first environment. iApplication Builder is basically initialize the middleware, and IOhost environment is suggest that this application is running from development environment, production environment, or staging environment. And here you can find that some middleware that app.use HTTPS redirection, app.use routing, and app.use authorization, and app.use endpoints. So let's discuss one by one what is this. First one, you can find that app.use HTTPS redirection. In the World Wide Web, there is two familiar protocol. One is HTTP, another is HTTPS. HTTPS is more secure protocol. You can see that on the youtube.com there is a log sign here. That means it should be secure. Whenever we click on that, you can see that the connection is secure. We go through the details about HTTP redirection in our upcoming videos. And another is app.use routing. So let's understand what is routing. Routing is the process through which the application matches an incoming URL path and execute the corresponding action methods. ASP.NET Core Web API uses a routing middleware to match the URL of incoming request and map them to the specific action method. App.use authorization is validate the incoming resources are validate or not. And here the app.use endpoints is the conventional based routing, and here it is used as a default routing. Let's move to the launch setting.json and we can discuss about more. Whenever you go through the launch setting.json, you can find that there is two sections. One is IIS Express and another is that our project name. This is due to in ASP.NET Core application there is two type of hosting model. One is in-process hosting model, another is out-process hosting model, or you can say Kestrel server. All these details we have discussed in our ASP.NET Core tutorial series you can find here. So for now our application is running on the IIS Express, so need to focus here. Here you can see that in the IIS Express the application URL is set here and SSL port number is set here. The SSL port number is set here because we have selected the configure HTTPS whenever we create our project. And in the IIS Express you can see that the command name should be IIS Express and the launch browser true, that enables to the browser. What is this launch URL we discuss in a bit. And you can find that another is environment variable. That means now our application is run on the development mode. You can see that launch URL is weather forecast. That means a controller you can find named as weather forecast controller. And in the startup.cs class you can see there is no controller or action method. Then you need to understand how it mapped to this controller. And here we use endpoints.map controller. This should be used as conventional based routing. In our upcoming videos, we go through the details about the routing. So for now, let's understand how it mapped to the weather forecast controller. This is due to in the launch setting.json, we use launch URL is weather forecast. So the ASP.NET Core Web API project understand that the default controller is weather forecast. And let's go to the weather forecast controller. And in the weather forecast controller is inherit from the controller base class, and the filter context is used as API controller, and here a route constraint is used. As I say, the routing is a pattern matching system that handle the incoming HTTP request. So what is this controller? We discuss in a bit. In our past video we have discussed about there is more important HTTP verbs are found: HTTP get, HTTP post, HTTP put, and HTTP delete. Here use HTTP get. Here you can find a method public enumerable weather forecast of get method, and a weather forecast class is defined here. Properties is defined date, temperature, and summary, and according to the string array it filter the result. So let's run the application and we'll see that how this works. You can see that whenever I run the application it asks us this project is configured to use SSL. To avoid SSL warning in the browser, you can choose a trust self-signed certificate that IIS Express has generated. That means it asks to us to define a SSL certificate, but currently we don't have any SSL certificate. You can see that in the YouTube there is a certificate validation is there. You can see that whenever I click on the certificate validation, then you can see that it issued from google.com, and the certificate validate time also display here. Like this it asks us to put the certificate information, but currently we don't have any certificate. So let's make no and run the application. You can see that now it is straightforward error is your connection is not private. If you are using Google Chrome, click on the advanced button and you can set as proceed to local set unsafe. Click on that. You can see that now the application should be run, but it should be not secure. You can see that whenever I run the application, some default JSON data is displayed here. Let's understand how this data is displayed. That means whenever I run the application, In the launch setting.json, it find the launch URL is weather forecast, and it find the controller name with weather forecast, and in the controller we using the routing with name as controller, so it can find the controller name. Controller name is weather forecast. Hit to the get method by default, because of, as we discussed earlier, there is the predefined method get, put, post and delete. As you define the get method, and there is no required to pass the action method, it directly got the result. You can see that now I'm changing something in the routing method. I have checked with controller and action. That means whenever the API project is hit, it should be passed as controller with action name. So you need to pass the controller is weather forecast, and the action name is get method. So you need to pass as get. Let's hit enter. Like this, let's create another controller, and we'll see that how this controller is set as default controller for us. Let's right click here, then add controller, API controller. We need to create a API controller. We are not using the MVC controller, so choose as API controller, then add customer controller, hit enter. You can see that by default the customer controller is inherit the controller base class, and it automatically add the API controller. And in the routing, there you can see that predefined symbol is API/controller, whereas in the weather forecast controller earlier created as only route is controller, but here it uses API/controller. For web API, this routing is commonly used. So let's make a action method here. We can add here return new string of array age. Let's add some name here. Let's John. Now let's run the application and see that this customer controller is hit or not. You can see that it still call the localhost then weather forecast. This is due to in the launch setting.json the launch URL is weather forecast. So rename to customer, and let's run the application. You can see still it is not working. We have defined the launch URL as customer, but still it is not working. Why? Because of in the customer controller it need the routing as API/controller name. Our controller name is customer, but it does not find the API. So here we need to type as API/customer. So hit enter. You can see that the result is print here. So according to a requirement, you can set your pattern matching system or routing. Also, if you does not want to run the application in the SSL port or HTTPS, you can simply here make as SSL port as 0, and in the startup.cs class block this app.use HTTPS redirection. Build this, then run this application. Then you can see that it is directly run on the HTTP. You can make as your API/customer. Then the result sheet is displayed according to our requirement. So overall, we have discussed in this video how to create a web API project using Visual Studio 2019, and also we have discussed the basic project structure and the process flow of the ASP.NET Core web API project. That's it in the video. On the next video, we are going to discuss how to create a ASP.NET Core web API project using command prompt and using Visual Studio Code. Do like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.